better bulk when body fat is over 25%.
One rep of Robbie's is like a guy doing 100 reps, and his one rep's still better than that guy's 100 reps. The lower back is such a important part of the body for me, especially to keep really, really. Those white hands. Hey, this is kind of cool. We have Billy Gunn in town, and he got to train with us for the week. We had Paul White in town. We finished up today, was the last workout, but I kind of want them to talk to you guys and give you insight, or at least Billy, give you insight on what he did this week. And we just had a great conversation on the way home talking about, how would you say that, Billy? It was like, you don't want to be the top dog in your gym leading the workouts all the time. You got to find some other people that might be a little different or can set you up to win because of different stuff. Like today for me, Robbie did a couple exercises that was, wow, an eye-opener, a real eye-opener to an isolation that fatigued me, which is kind of wild. An isolation fatigued you. Yeah, an isolation exercise fatigued me on hyperextensions, and I freaking love it. I got the hyperextension set up at home because I think that just the lower back is such a important part of the body for me, especially to keep really, really strong. I mean, like if I have to get weak anywhere, I'm okay with arms getting weak or a bench press getting weak. But if the compression on the back and the lower back and the legs get weak, now, oof, that's not good. And we did that with Robbie today. And so for Robbie, he's that leader for me that I could see and I can analyze going, whew, the way he hits it. And so is like, he's a stealth fighter, I guess you would say. Like he's pinpoints. And you said it. You said one rep of Robbie's is like a guy doing 100 reps, and his one rep's still better than that guy's 100 reps.
Still better. Still, like I wanted to make that comparison, but I couldn't because it's so far beyond that.
This mic's right here is for Billy Gunn.
Oh,
He's still just doing a little something. He'll be over here, guys. So get your questions ready for this guy. Little question and answers with the superstar Billy Gunn. But he'll give his insight on what he saw today. And then we had another discussion yesterday, and I thought this was good insight on Jeff's part. Sometimes I don't see the feed or the comments from the views on TikTok or YouTube or something. And so he was talking about, we do this exercise, and I got that exercise from Charles like 30 years ago. And it's basically a seated row, but you just stay in a front lowered position and you really pull it up and back, contract the rear delts back, mid back, but it feels good on the, like we were talking about the fascia, it like stretches that abdomen and the lower back, and it stretches it. And then that contraction feels great visually. Besides the positioning, it looks like just front pull downs. But it's so different. It was so different. And today we all got to do it again. And Robbie was kind of taking us through a little twist to that. And again, it's amazing. But Jeff's point was there was a lot of comments talking about you're wasting your time. That's just do your front pull downs. It's the same exercise. And you guys can definitely 100%. You don't even have to say that. You can just bypass the page and move on if you want. For me, they're not even close to the same. They're not even relevantly close to the same, except for it's a back workout. But they give me two completely different isolations. The one, I cannot go heavy. The seated, I cannot go heavy, even though it visually looks like the regular pull downs. Compared to the pull downs, I can go heavy. But the shoulder's in a different position and the elbow's going to a different position. And I'm trying to pull it to me, but it still goes out in a little front because you're trying to get around your face, where the second one is right to the chest. So they're both really cool. But we did that today. We did bent over rows. Like right now, you guys know that we're starting this Titan Challenge 4, which is, we're loving this. I'm loving this challenge because I got to start it in a decent shape, I would say, for this next 12 weeks. We're already, what are we, 2 weeks in? And so it's cool. I got a guest posing at the end of this, so it works out really well for me and my schedule. And if you guys also, while we have this and you have questions about your training on what you're finding that's working and not working, let me know also what you're finding about Titan Challenge 4 that you like or have questions about. All right.
Cut or bulk when body fat is over 25% male.
Wow. I would do blood work first to find out what's going on health wise. That might be the first thing, because there might be I don't know how old you are, so I don't know if you have a fatty liver or anything like that. There's things that might be because you didn't get there in a week, so you've been there for a little while. So is there anything going on? Is there a first stage, diabetes? Is there something else that might be triggered that body fat to get to that level? But depending on your age and your willingness to find out what else is going on inside of you after you get your blood work done, I would get that body fat down. I would get it down. Is this a thing? Because I'm not familiar with this. If you are heavy and overweight, is it a thing to say, let me get bigger? Because I've seen that question a few times and I'm just trying to figure it out. They're like, hey, I'm already heavy. I'm already fat. Should I just keep bulking? Or should I tighten up? And you guys, please answer that for me, because I'm curious on that, because I don't understand that. If there shouldn't be a question on should you bulk up if you're overweight and fat.
Is the answer different if that fat person has muscle under it versus if that fat person has no muscle under it?
I would say that, yeah, 100%. So that's another one, but I don't know what this person's, if he says, hey, I've been bulking, I'm at 25%, then that changes it.
I was thinking if you're fat, dog.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
You can be jacked and fat. You're not gonna fucking keep that.
Yeah,
fat.
So just
Fat.
Try to keep your body fat in a reasonable amount, or at least know that your body fat is in a position. And the reason why I'm assuming that the person that just asked that is heavy is because he didn't say, hey, I'm bulking, I'm at 25, should I keep bulking? Or should I keep going off season? I think that would have been more helpful. But if you haven't trained and you're 25%, I'm going to assume that you're not doing anything. So
little nuance there to that situation that makes a different answer.
Because you guys have seen me completely peeled to the bone, and that's around 8% body fat. So easily I'm at 15s or 16s or above that when I'm off season, easily. So I'm not really worried about if your body fat is at, in those ranges, 15, even 18, depending on you and how much muscle you have on you. So let's just be smart. That extra body fat, we probably don't need it if you're in the 20s. 20s is a little high. I don't mind it if you're young, but as long as you're feeding it and that's why you're a little heavier, I'm okay with that.